Welcome to our culinary journey through Russia. You lot think French cuisine is the only fancy food out there? You think Italy's got the monopoly on comfort food? Well, get ready to have your minds blown wider than my temper in a kitchen full of amateurs. Today we're exploring some of the most famous and delicious Russian dishes. We're talking hearty, flavorful, and steeped in tradition. So buckle up, you donkey, and get ready to discover the bold flavors of Russia. Right, you lot, listen up, we're about to dive into something extraordinary. Borscht. It's not just beetroot water, alright? This is a culinary masterpiece that has been perfected over generations. This is a soup with a history as rich as its flavor. Originating from Eastern Europe, borscht has been a staple in Russian and Ukrainian households for centuries. We're talking a vibrant, deep red broth, made with slow-cooked beets, cabbage, potatoes, and often a touch of meat for good measure. The slow cooking process allows all the flavors to meld together beautifully. And don't even think about serving it without a dollop of sour cream on top. That creamy addition is non-negotiable. That's what elevates it, you hear me? The sour cream adds a richness that balances the earthy sweetness of the beets. It cuts through the sweetness of the beets and adds a lovely tang. The contrast of flavors is what makes borscht so special. Honestly, a bowl of borscht on a cold day, there's nothing quite like it. The warmth of the soup combined with the hearty ingredients makes it the perfect comfort food. It's like a warm hug from your babushka. It's more than just food, it's a connection to tradition, family, and love. So next time you think of soup, remember, borscht is in a league of its own. Next up, we've got pelmeni. Think of them as Russian comfort food at its finest. These little parcels of joy are basically small dumplings, filled with minced meat, usually beef, pork, or lamb, and seasoned to perfection. You can boil them, fry them, or even serve them in a broth. And the best part? They're bloody delicious no matter how you choose to devour them. Serve them with a side of sour cream or vinegar, and you've got yourself a meal that'll stick to your ribs and warm your soul. Now let's talk about blini. These aren't your average, thick American pancakes, you hear me? We're talking thin, delicate, and utterly irresistible. Traditionally made with buckwheat flour, they've got a slightly nutty flavor that's absolutely addictive. Now here's where things get really interesting. You can top these bad boys with just about anything your heart desires. Caviar, smoked salmon, sour cream, jam. The possibilities are endless, but whatever you do, don't you dare overcook them. They should be soft, pliable, and ready to soak up all those delicious toppings. Beef Stroganoff, a name that resonates with comfort and indulgence. It's a classic for a reason, you know. This dish has stood the test of time, delighting taste buds for generations. Tender strips of beef, sautéed to perfection in a rich, creamy sauce, create a symphony of flavors that dance on your palate, often with mushrooms and onions for good measure, adding layers of texture and taste that elevate the dish to new heights. It's the kind of dish that just melts in your mouth, leaving you wanting more with every bite. The tenderness of the beef combined with the creaminess of the sauce is simply irresistible. Serve it over a bed of fluffy rice or buttery noodles, and you have a versatile meal that can be enjoyed in various ways. Whether it's a casual family dinner or a special occasion, beef stroganoff always impresses. It's a meal fit for a czar, with its rich history and decadent flavors. But let me tell you, the key to a truly spectacular beef stroganoff is all in the sauce. The sauce is the heart and soul of this dish. It's got to be silky smooth, with a perfect balance of flavors that complement the beef without overpowering it. With a depth of flavor that'll knock your socks off, beef stroganoff is more than just a meal. It's an experience. One that brings joy and satisfaction with every mouthful. Don't you dare turn your nose up at cabbage soup. Shchi is a staple in Russian cuisine, and for good reason. It's hearty, it's flavorful, and it'll warm you up from the inside out. We're talking a simple but satisfying soup, made with cabbage, potatoes, onions, and often a bit of meat for extra depth. It's the kind of dish that your grandmother used to make, the kind that fills your home with the most incredible aroma. Trust me, a bowl of shchi is good for the soul. Pirozhki, you beautiful little devils. These baked or fried buns are like little pockets of pure delight. They can be filled with a variety of savory or sweet fillings. From seasoned ground meat and cabbage to potatoes, mushrooms, or even fruit preserves. The dough is soft and fluffy, the fillings are bursting with flavor, and the whole thing is just, well, it's bloody brilliant, that's what it is. Whether you enjoy them as a snack, a side dish, or even a light lunch, pierogi are guaranteed to satisfy your taste buds. Now let's talk about the good stuff, caviar. This isn't just any ordinary food item, it's a symbol of opulence and sophistication. Caviar has been enjoyed by royalty and the elite for centuries, and it's easy to see why. This ain't your everyday fish roe, no sir. Caviar is the salted eggs or roe of sturgeon fish, and it comes in various types, each with its own unique flavor profile and texture. We're talking about the creme de la creme, the black gold of the culinary world. The most prized caviar comes from the Caspian Sea, where the beluga, osetra, and sevruga sturgeon are found. Russian caviar is prized for its delicate flavor, its firm texture, and its undeniable air of luxury. The eggs are carefully harvested and processed to ensure the highest quality. Traditionally, it's enjoyed simply, on a small piece of buttered toast or a thin blini, to let the flavor truly shine. The simplicity of the accompaniments allows the caviar's rich, briny taste to take center stage, but you can also get creative and use it to elevate all sorts of dishes, from scrambled eggs to pasta. Imagine a luxurious brunch with caviar-topped scrambled eggs or a decadent dinner with caviar-adorned pasta. Just remember, a little goes a long way with this delicacy. A small spoonful can transform a dish, adding a burst of flavor and a touch of elegance. So whether you're a seasoned caviar connoisseur or a curious newcomer, savor each bite and enjoy the taste of luxury. Finally, we've got to talk about kvass. This traditional fermented beverage is made from rye bread, and it's surprisingly refreshing. It's got a slightly sweet, slightly sour flavor that's both unique and addictive. Think of it as a healthier alternative to soda, with a bit of a kick. It's the perfect drink to quench your thirst on a hot day, or to enjoy with a hearty meal. Trust me, once you go kvass, you never go back. So there you have it, you lot. A crash course in the most delicious and famous Russian dishes. From hearty soups and savory dumplings to delicate pancakes and luxurious caviar, Russian cuisine is a feast for the senses. Thanks for joining us on this delicious tour of Russian cuisine. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more culinary adventures. We'll be exploring more cuisines from around the world, so stay tuned.